Hi, I'm Aky Karim here with Chaos Boxing in association with British Boxers and sponsored by Anthony's Travel. And I'm joined by somebody who's making some big waves in the art of boxing promoting, and that is, of course, Mr. James Lindemann. Hi, James. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you very much for your time today.
First thing I want to ask you is, who wakes up in the morning and decides they want to be a boxing promoter? What possessed you?
Not me. I was waking up as a recruitment consultant or a recruitment director. I don't know, it's been a few people know about it, a few people don't. Went to America, Mayweather, Madonna, met a few influential people. Yeah. Went back to America a few times, always been a networker, and these people hadn't told me at the time to pee off, so I thought I was still in to go and see them. Was fortunate enough to meet with Steve Wood. Following those trips to America, got friendly with Paulie Malignaggi, put on an event at the Hilton in Manchester under Steve's guidance as the boxing promoter. We promoted the show. I promoted the show. That was called Vegas Fight Night Comes to Manchester. Dinner show. That went quite well in terms of publicity. Did some work for Josh Warrington, the Leeds Warrior. Some agency work for Josh under the guidance of Steve as his manager, Eddie as his promoter. Did Anthony Croller's world title after parties. A young fighter called Sam Hyde, Nowhere to Hide, from Sale Cruiserweight. Good guy, came to me and said, well, I'd like to look after him. We signed him up on a business management terms. And then realising that Sam sold tickets, I felt in my capability that under the guidance of us business managing him, we could also promote him. Went to the British Boxing Board of Control in February this year and passed my promoter's licence. And we're now one event down and the second one on the way. Right,
great. And you mentioned there the American connection, and I noticed that something that characterises a couple of your events. You know, this whole idea of bringing Vegas to Manchester, bringing Madison Square Garden to Manchester. Is that what differentiates you from other promoters, and is that sort of your unique selling point, as it were?
I think it was I think certainly I'm not looking at other promoters per se to say how do we compare to them. I think every promoter puts in a lot of hard work and gets out hopefully a positive outcome. I think initially when I first started with the Vegas Fight Night under the auspices of Steve, I wanted that when there's a big boxing event on, there's always something for everyone to enjoy. That's what I've seen in America. Obviously these big huge hotels, you've got the benefit of space. We use the Hilton as a high profile, good quality Vegas orientated name, or the Hilton Hotel, and we put on acts alongside the boxing. When I got my promoter's license, I wanted to make sure that yes, the boxing is as high end as we could put on at the time. We were very fortunate that we were able to attract Marcus Morrison, recently crowned Commonwealth title, Commonwealth holder now, Callum Johnson. So we had Joe Gallagher obviously in the corner for those two fighters, so that added real credence to the event. But we felt as well, let's add some more to the night alongside the 5 fights, and we have the after party that you see in America, you see other places, but under one roof it adds the attraction. And certainly the Madison Square Comes to Manchester it went well for us on the first occasion.
Great. I mean, I'm touching on the next point then I was going to bring up. I'm a boxing purist, so when I go to the boxing, I'm there from 5 till the final bell and I'm watching the boxing. But, you know, do you feel the market's changing a little bit? Because a lot of the people I go to the boxing with, they're there for a night out. And what you find is that there's a lot more people that are there just to enjoy the night out as well. Do you think the market's changing and we need to cater more for the sort of casual boxing fans as well?
I think I love my boxing, and I'll watch any sort of boxing, and I'm similar. I mean, I'll go to the events now. Obviously, I'm involved as a British boxing promoter. I'm looking at talent. I like my boxing anyway, so I'm watching the boxing. But I think if I'm being hand on heart, and I think there's 20,000 or 18,000 people that are sold out MEN, I think that only 30% are interested overall in the left hook, uppercut, right hook, and the rest are in looking forward to Neil Diamond that Eddie always plays, Sweet Caroline.
That is actually quite fun, to be fair.
Yeah, it is. And I'm a big Neil Diamond fan, so that's a plus.
You and my mum as well.
There you go. So I do think it's changing. I think boxing as a sport is changing. It's a cultural boom that we were experiencing. And I've mentioned to you off camera talk very much about Frochgroves rematching at Wembley. It's a promoter's paradise, a promoter's dream to put that show on 80,000 walking at Wembley Way. And I think the industry, it was not just you as the boxing purist, but I think your grandma knew that fight was going on.
Probably.
It was promoted. Even your dog knew that.
The dog definitely knew it was going on.
Definitely on. You kicked it once. But the point being is that I think in this country it could have been, maybe not so much, but I use it as an example. I've said it a few times. It could have been Raymond Van Gerwen and Phil Taylor on the Aky, and they had a fight on the Aky, and then everyone was interested in was wondering were they going to have another fight again on the Aky when they played darts again, and everybody tuned in to watch. It wasn't. It was Frochgroves. Obviously had a controversial potential ending in Manchester. It then rematched at Wembley and 80,000 people turn up, and I think Sky saw this whole cultural boom that we've experienced. Matchroom, a very good experience of putting on long hours of sport on Sky, good relationship there. Matchroom gained a very strong contract.
Yeah. Well, you just mentioned Matchroom, and I just wanted to touch on this as well. The relationship with other promoters. I mean, you're a new promoter. You're coming into a sort of an old school sort of firm, as it were, of boxing promoters. You've got the likes of the big players, the Eddie Hearns, the Frank Warrens, and the Queensberry promotion set up. The Mick Hennessy's, etc. How do you go about your business without stepping on the toes of other promoters? And is that something you do think about, or is it something you're bothered about?
Again, I'm an open and honest person. I think I did step on a few people's toes when I entered the industry without being a promoter. Before being a promoter, I think it was try and be quite busy, you try and get yourself out there, you make mistakes. I think I took a step back actually about a year ago. You eat a bit of humble pie, you get told a few things, maybe a few home truths, and you make you think, is that me? Do I need to adapt? Be yourself. I kept my head down actually. I got my license in February. And just went about my business. Listen, I've only done one event, 1.5 if I take my Vegas event into consideration, which I did organise. This is a hard game. This is a tough game. I've come from a corporate world where you invoice, you get paid, you just deliver your job, and that's it. You go to sleep quite happy. Here's a tough game. But there's some good characters. I've got some good people around me. I've been very fortunate. I've lived in Manchester all my life. I know a lot of people. Utmost respect for all the promoters. Do I got good relations with them? Well, I think I have. Pat Barrett.
Black Flash Promotions, doing a great job, really smashing it at the minute.
Good guys. Our next show, which I'll come on to, involves one of Black Flash's fighters, Steve Wood. Since I came into boxing, has been brilliant with me. Worked with Josh, as I said. I've got one of his fighters, RT Valley, on the next show. So, where's my aspirations? We'd all like to be like a Matchroom. We'd all like to be like Warren or Queensberry and the experience that they've had over the years. I think the pie's big enough to maybe take on or take a share of Matchroom's pie at the moment. Can I do that? I've come back from bigger challenges. I've done bigger challenges.
The plan is to kind of rival the big boys like the Hearns and the Warrens. That's the plan.
Yeah, I'd like to, because I no disrespect, this is a full-time job for me. I've dropped a very lucrative career and stopped a lucrative career in recruiting, where my head wasn't above the parapet, but I was earning decent money. I've decided that L-SEL boxing is something I really want to put my heart and effort into. We've got a team, we've got potentially a platform which we'll come on to. Listen, who's here to say that anybody's going to rival Matchroom? That's not for me to say. No. I haven't got a crystal ball. I'll give it a bloody good go.
Yeah, well, that's fighting talk. I like that. We like that. What is the best and worst thing then about, before we come on to your upcoming show, what is the best and worst thing about being a small and medium hall boxing promoter?
Well, the best thing is you're able to communicate to anybody you want about your show. You can pick up the phone. I'm from a corporate background, so I like speaking to the corporates, introducing, mainly gaining sponsorship, achieving that deal is a great thing. But at the same time, I'm not putting on Kroll and Linares. I'm not putting on Quick Frampton.
Yet.
Yeah, definitely yet. And obviously ticket sales are still hard to get. You can put a blimp in the sky, you can put 3 naked women down the street on Deansgate. Doesn't mean they're going to naturally buy tickets. In time, the quality of the show, word of mouth being the strongest ally. I've used a very it's a bit of a balmy analogy, but I'll use it, that Mr. Squidgy from Squidgy Toothpaste goes and knocks on door and says, I've got the best toothpaste, the newest toothpaste, it's the great innovative toothpaste. Sorry mate, I'm from Colgate.
Yeah.
But if your friend who's used Squidgy tells the man who's used Colgate, actually it's bang off this, it's going to be this is a top toothpaste, naturally you're going to try it.
Yeah.
And I think that's where we're coming to, that the shows we put on are high quality.
Yeah.
The productions, I believe, is to match Matchroom.
Yeah.
If you use them as the pinnacle of UK boxing today. In time, the fights will improve. In terms of the maybe title fights, we'll be able to attract and put on. The after party, people are looking for a night out. You go to the arena now, and I use this phrase, they go to the arena, these people, there's the purists there, there's the casual fan, if you want to call them. They don't just go home. They're either drunk or they want to carry on their entertainment.
Yeah.
They go to Panaceas this world, or the Dog and Duck pub, whichever suits them. Sorry, Maggie, your makeup's streaming, you're not coming in. Sorry, John, your shoelaces don't fit, you're not coming in. How was your night last night? Well, the boxing was great, but we were traipsing around town trying to get in somewhere. At my L-SEL's events, you've got that.
So it's all in-house.
It's all in-house.
They can have a good boxing show, and then they can party afterwards.
They can party afterwards till 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
I've seen it in America where it works all the time. It certainly works our event.
Well, that brings us nicely onto your next event, which is coming up on October the 22nd. It's titled Return of the Hyde. Tell us what we should be looking out for with that event. I know that you've got some great things in store, so tell us a bit about that event.
Okay, well, Return of the Hyde is Sam Hyde, which I'm really pleased and proud that I'm going to be able to promote our fighter, Sam Hyde. I was given the opportunity to be a promoter based on Sam coming to ourselves, or coming to myself initially, and then the team who look after him. So Sam's back from a small injury. He's fighting Blaise Mendua under the Black Flash team.
Yep.
Pat trains him. He's a Cameroonian, ex-Olympian, Commonwealth bronze medalist, and he will give Sam a really good test. It's a tough test. Both unbeaten, so I'm proud to say someone's home must go.
Yeah.
That will be fun. I took a gamble, I think, and it's so far, touch wood, paying off, that no promoter wanted to touch. They all warned me, all my promoter friends warned me that Michael Gomez Jr. would cause mayhem, would not turn up, would not train. Well, the kid deserves credit, because I saw him this morning and he was training bloody hard, as he has done for the last 8-9 weeks. We've all had trauma, we've all had issues. I'm no different. It's how you bounce back. My judgment was he'd not done anything to me, he hadn't affected my promotion before, and I thought I'd put him on the show, and he's gone down to bantamweight, or super bantamweight I think it'll be. So he's an exciting fighter, there's no doubt about it. He's got credibility. He adds certainly credibility to my show in terms of quality of boxer. So a 6-rounder for Michael Gomez Jr. and his fans. I think they'll all be wearing their Mexican Mexican hats,
emulating his father as well with that.
So a good atmosphere with his fans. Sam brings a good number of over 150 supporters, which is great. We've got a Dutch gentleman who's ranked about 110th in the world, Stephen Danyo, middleweight. He's out of box rooms as well. He's training with Michael Gomez Jr. Made his debut in the UK, 9 wins, 3 draws. I'm looking forward to having him on the show. We've got RT Valley. I touched on him before. Steve Wood. My friend Mindles, is he? Mindles Borbley. Mindles Borbley. Shout out to Mindles there, and Sean Krul over at Fight Factory. And there, I will say, they're one of our sponsors as well, the Fight Factory. Brilliant. Doing really good things. Sean Krul, I've built a good relationship with him. Top guy. He's a very good guy. Good knowledge. So to have Mindles making his second fight, RT Valley making good strides at Champs Camp. A really good fight. The Sniper Ali. And making his second return, he made his debut on our show, Ryan Oliver, who's out of Bell's gym, Steve Bell. Who had a very good professional career himself. I mean, so for all of you out there, we've got the boxing covered, okay? This is going to be a serious night of professional boxing. And it's that serious that we're really proud to put out to the public that it's the first UK show, professional boxing show, live on the Sport Bible. Okay, so that's big. It's big. I mean, that's a platform. We've got sponsorship from JD Sports now, I believe. JD Sports is this is our second event that they're covering. So everything's moving in the right direction, and so the boxing side of things, that is covered. We've got some seriously good competitive quality boxing going on. And on the other side, just before we round this off, you are known for as well your innovation and as you say, the after parties and that sort of thing. What can we expect in terms of a party? What's going down in terms of a party on the 22nd of October? I'm trying to organise a surprise performance on, but I'm not going to give that away. So there will be a performance.
Not even a clue, no.
Not even a clue. No.
Right. Okay.
It might include some custard pies. There's the clue.
Okay.
So a performance in the ring during the interval, a live performance by a musician. Yeah. And it's certainly respected in today's music scene. Number of guests that will walk the red carpet. We always like to have a red carpet at our events. Yeah. Make it a few celebrities. Coronation Street, Hollyoaks, a few sportsmen outside from
Cheshire Housewives.
Yeah, we have in fact, I do know that a couple of. I've given some tickets to that Cheshire Housewives.
Right. Okay.
As long as they're not arguing and they're not in the ring, they could be in the ring actually. The amount of arguments they have, I could promote them. But no, a few faces from the world of TV and sports, and a good after party till about 4 a.m.
Great. Well, I think I'm sold already. Just tell us then, just to finish off then, just I want you to just look at the camera and just tell the people why they should get down there on the 22nd. Why should they get down there to your show?
Tell the people. It's a good night. It's boxing. Yeah. It's quality boxing. You can mingle with some faces from TV and sport. You can have a dance till 4 a.m. You can meet familiar faces from the world of boxing who you'll know. And it's a top night with quality production and delivery of a professional boxing event.
Brilliant. Well, thank you very much. I'm Aky Karim with Chaos Boxing in association with British Boxers website and sponsored by Anthony Travel. And this is, of course, Mr. James Lindemann, who is coming for you, taking the boxing world by storm. Power.